Hello, welcome back once again. So in this video, we learn how we can call custom function. Yeah, I mean custom function button using modify statement. Okay, if you remember in my previous video, I showed you how we can create this custom button. Okay, uh, create this custom button and how we can mm, perform the action using this custom button. As you can see, calculate total price is there. As of now, it is disabled. But when I'll select any record, in that case, it should be enabled. Okay, so here I'm selecting, but as you can see, it is still disabled. So if you remember in my previous video, I told you I have written some specific condition. So the condition was like if I'll select any record which is having a overall status as accepted, in that case this button will enable only for record, okay, which are accepted. Okay, so now I'll try to select the record. Now you can see our uh, button is now enabled. Okay, why? Because here overall status is accepted for this particular record. You can see so here I am expanding the output, and you can see here overall status is accepted. If I'll select uh, open uh, record, I mean, so now data is loading. So as you can see here, uh, as you can see, this is the accepted record. Okay, and this is the open record. So in that case, you can see here our button is now disabled. Why? Because we have written the condition where our button will be visible in that in case of accepted only. Okay, so if I'll if I'll click on accepted record, in that case this button is enable now. Okay, so if I'll click on the same, so it should display its total price in a form of a pop-up. Okay, as you can see, our prices. Uh, so we are in a debug mode. So just skip this debugging. So you can execute whole program using F8. So I'm doing the same. So just go back over app. Now you can see here it is showing total price of travel ID 2256. Okay, so here we are getting a total of booking fee and total price, and we are displaying the same here. Okay, so if you want to learn this, so you can refer my video. I'll show you my video. So that was the video in the playlist. You can refer the same video, number is 18. So from there you can learn how we can create the custom button, how we can do the hide and unhide button. Okay, on a Fiori application. Okay, on a list report, or if you want to add a button on a object page as well. So on both pages you can add custom button accordingly as per the requirement. Okay, so let's go back over current requirement. So in this video we'll see how we can call this function, this function button, using modify statement of ABAP EML. Okay, so if you remember in my previous video, I'll show you Yeah, so you can, if you remember in my previous videos, I'll show you how we can use read entity, delete entity, okay, create entity, you using ABAP EML. EML stands for Entity Manipulation Language. Okay, so using this language, we can manipulate the data of the behavior, okay, which we have defined for our Fiori app. Okay, so let's try to do the same. So stay tuned on the same video. So to achieve the same, what you need to do, just open. So that was our service. Okay, and here, if you remember, if you are following my previous video, then you know you must aware. As of now, we have created. I mean, these are all. I mean, these CDS, and along with this, we have created some behavior definition. So I'll show you. I mean, we have two behavior definition. One is for travel entity, and another one is for projection entity. Okay, so if I'll open the travel entity behavior, so here you can, here we have defined our custom button, and you can see we have defined this custom button using keyword action, and feature would be instance, and here we have defined the name of a action is a total price. So same action button, we'll try to call it using ABAP EML statement. So how we can do the same? So to achieve the same requirement, we have to find out the class. So these three classes as of now we are having, and we have created this class in a previous video to manipulate the entity as per the requirement. And this class is for behavior implementation. And this class, if you remember, this class is we are using to storing the data in our custom tables, which we have created in earlier videos. So you can refer the earlier videos, if you want to explore more how we can create the table and how we can store the data into the same tables. Okay, so I'll open the same class to write the EML statement. So if you remember, in previous video I told you various type of read statement. In read statement, if you remember, 5 types of read statement I told you. Okay, along with this, I told you how we can delete the entity using modify statement, and how we can create the entity. Okay, and how we can create the entity for our association. So these things you can learn from my previous video. So let's quickly try here how we can uh, call the call the function. I mean, how we can execute the function using modify statement of ABAP EML, using ABAP EML. Okay, so I'll show you. So so to achieve the same, you need to write a modify uh, modify entity, and entity name should be YCDS travel. This is our base entity. Okay, then you have to write a keyword called execute and press Control and space. Then you can see our function name. So that was the function name which we have created, total price. So we want to execute the same. Okay. Then we have to use, this keyword is, execute keyword is used to execute a function which we have defined in our behavior definition and this behavior. Okay. So along with this, we have to write from value, and here we have to pass the value. Uh, for which value you want to update or you want to execute. So press Control space, then you can see the suggestion. Here you can see you have to pass the travel UUID, and here you have to pass the key field. Okay, so whichever record you just want to execute. So here accordingly you have to pass the travel UID key field here so that you can execute the same using this total price function. Okay, if you remember what is doing, what we are doing in this function. This function is nothing, it is just populating the total price. Okay, so let's say if I'll open my current app. So this is our current app. Okay, so I'm filtering the data only for accepted. Okay, now I just need if I'll click click this travel ID 588, and if I'll try to do the total, so total should be the sum of booking fee and total price, and total should be 8153. Okay, so just press the function. Now you will see the total along with the travel ID. Oh, again we are in debugging. So just uh, execute the whole program using F8 and go back over app. Now you can see now it is showing total 8153, and for which it corresponds to a travel ID. We have, if you remember, we have selected this travel ID 558, so it is showing the same here. Okay, so let's try to achieve the same using ABAP EML statement. Okay, so just open the open our source code, go to EML class, and now here we have to pass the travel UUID. So let's say I just want to update the same record. Okay, so if you want to update the same record, then here you require its travel UUID. So how we can find the travel UUID for the same record? So there is a way, I'll tell you. So first you have to find out the CDS for the same. So for the same, we have created a CDS, that is the main CDS, YCDS travel. Just open the same. Okay, now this is the CDS. Okay, and execute it using F8. Okay, now go to filter and put a filter on a travel ID. Now put the number 588 and do the filter. And now you can see this is the record 588, which corresponds to this travel UID. So just copy this travel UID and pass it in our query. In our modifier statement. Okay, using execute keyword. Okay, then you have to write the result final. Okay, the result, then field final. If this will capture, this table will fill in case we are not able to execute this function. So in that case, this table will fill. And then we have to use a reported final. That's it. One error is coming. It is saying, okay. It is saying one more. LT field. Okay. Just change the name because this is already declared. So that's why I'm renaming this tables. Okay. Then we have written the modify entity statement using execute function. Okay. Then one most important thing you have to write, commit entities. If you will not write this, then data will not commit in the database. So this is require y cds travel field final. If commit is failed, so this table will fill. Then reported final commit. That's it. So we are done with the statement. One error is coming, global field with the same name. Okay. This is already declared, so I am changing the name. Mm. So activate the same using Control F3. Okay. Now try to see this record will update or not. So before executing the same, we'll see the current total of this particular record. So just go back our app. Now you can see here. Oh, sorry. Uh, now you can see total price is 8153 and booking fee is 10. Okay. So this should display the total. Okay, so total should be 8163. Okay, so let's try to see. Mm, so how you can execute the same? One more thing. You have to, highlight one more thing. So, to identify the same piece of code, highlight one message so that we can identify which piece of code is, which piece of code is triggered. So using this message, we can easily identify. So execute function total price. Successfully. Okay. Activate. Okay. Now try to execute the same. So how you can execute? You can press F9 directly or from here on the toolbar. Just select this icon and go to run as, and you can see here there's an option ABAP console, ABAP application console. From here you can execute or you can directly press F9 function. Okay, so I'm executing the same. Okay, now we are in debugging because I already put the debugger. So as of now it is on case 1. So I'm pressing F6. Now we are on case 2. Now we are on case 3. F6. Now we are on case 4. F5. I'm in F6. Now we are on case 5. Now we are on delete statement. Now we are on create statement. Now we are on create entry statement. Okay, now finally we have reached on our modify entity statement. Okay, so I'll execute the same. Okay, now you can see here we have reached directly in our total price method, which we have defined in our behavior class. Okay, if you remember, if you've gone through my previous video, so here we have defined one method to execute the function total price. Okay, so I already put the debugger here. So this we are here, in the total price function. It means our function is getting called properly. Okay, so I'll execute the same, and now you can see total price here. Now total price, it's showing 8163. Okay, so this is the total of booking fee. Okay, so as you can see here in the debugging, our booking fee is 10, and this 10 is added in our 8153. Okay, so total should be 8163. So this total should display in a form of a pop-up. Okay, so I'll use the same. And now you can see we have reached our modifies entity statement again. And now we are committing. Okay, now we have executed the commit entity statement successfully, and now press F8. Now you can see the output in ABAP console, and you can see last message. It's showing executed function of executed function total price successfully. Okay, it means our function is executed successfully. Now I'll open our app and just refresh the record. Let's say I'll put the travel ID 588 here and press enter. Now total should be 8163. Okay, earlier it was 8153. It means our uh, our function, this modify entity with the execute statement is and this function is working successfully. Successfully without any issue. Okay, so it means we can modify, using this statement, we can execute any function. Okay, using this keyword. Here you have to use a modify entity, and here along with this you have to pass the entity name, behavior name. This is the entity behavior name, and along with this execute keyword you have to pass the function name, and along with this you have to pass the whatever value you have to update. So here I just need to update the travel UID this record, so that's why I passed this record. If you want to update the multiple record, then you can pass the record here. You can pass the multiple travel UID here, and then after you have to use the commit entity. So let's say I just need to update multiple record, more than one record. So how we can do the same? So to achieve the same, what you need to do, uh, so so let's say uh, let's say I just need to update uh, let's say two travel ID instead of a single travel ID. So how we can write the same? So let's say I'll choose this. 588 travel ID along with this travel ID 1101. Okay. Uh, so to achieve the same, first you have to find out the travel UID for this travel ID. So how we can do the same? So to achieve the same, open the CDS which is associated with this. So this is the CDS, okay, and execute the same using F8. And now again follow the same procedure, go to filter and put the filter on a travel ID, and here you have to pass the travel ID. Travel ID is 1101. Okay, so put 1101 and press enter. Now you can find you can get the travel UID. Okay, so just open this, just copy this travel UID and pass the same in the query, in the ABAP EML modify statement. So open our class and here you have to pass the travel ID. Okay, just pass the travel ID. You have to pass the travel ID. Okay. Activate the same. Now try to execute the same piece of code. Okay, now before executing, I'll show you the total price. Okay, so that we can identify, we can identify the output accordingly. So as you can see here, as of now for this travel ID, their total price is 8163. So after executing, it should be 8173. Okay, so this will, this booking fee will add in this total price. Okay, same as here you can see for this travel ID, 1101. So here as you can see, total price is 910. So after executing, this total price should be 940. So this 30 will add within this total price. Okay, now try to execute this ABAP EML statement. So now I am executing the same using F9. Okay, so here again we are in a debugging. So I'm pressing a function key F6. Okay, now we reached our modify statement. Okay, so after executing our modify statement with the execute function, so now we have reached our total price function again. So I am executing the same. And now you can see here total price for its total price is you can see in the debugging I'll show you. Now its total price is 8173 and earlier it was 8163. Okay, now again we are looping, and here in this internal table you can see now we are having two records. Why? Because we have choose two travel UID. So now we are looping, and as you can see here, booking fee is 30 and total price is 9010. So after executing this, it should be 9040. Okay, now you can see the total price 9040. Okay, so it ends. So using this LT update, we have updated the um, YCDS travel entity, and in that case, pop-up message will not come because we are executing this function from backend, not from the Fiori app. Okay, so now we have reached our ABAP EML statement again because this executed successfully, and press F8 now. Now you can see here our executed function executed successfully. Okay, and you can see, and you can ignore this message, our previous message. You can clear the same if you want to clear. So you have to clear the log, this console manually like this. Okay, now we'll see the output. So as you can see here, this app is not, these record is not refreshed yet. Okay, now you can see total price is 8163. Now it should be 8173, and you can see 9010. So this should replace with 9040. So I'll put the travel ID here, 588 and 1101. 588 and 1101. 588 and 1101. Okay, go. And now you can see our travel ID is updated. Okay, and you can see total price here is updated 8173. Okay, and now for this travel ID, you can see total price is 9040. It means it means this piece of code is working fine. So now we can, now you can use the same if you want to practice. Okay, so that's it in this video. Okay, so don't forget to practice the same, and do like and comment. And if you need any suggestion, and if you have any suggestion, then let us know. We'll clarify the same. Okay, so stay tuned. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Okay, otherwise you will miss the content. Bye bye. Thank you.